And we're back. The fire tree. I'm Devil. Or I'm Daftjack. He's Devil.
I'm Ragingdevils.
That break was nice. Um anyway, the fire tree. What's your experience with the firefighter? Boom boom boom.
As I said in the last video, my fire tree. I started with the fire tree. Actually, I started with the frost tree in the beginning when I first came from the Outlaw because
Well,
I
we'll talk
thought
we'll
when I
talk
came from the
about that
Outlaw,
when we get to the frost tree. Talk about the
yeah,
fire tree, bro.
yeah, when I came from the Outlaw, I thought frost was good. And then I started with the fire tree in Cataclysm, and I I was in love with the fire tree because I love destruction and fire is a destructive spec for me, and I love putting things on fire and leaving things burning.
Oh, you're not a pyro in a way. Okay.
I'm a pyromaniac in a way.
Yeah. I think fire mages are well, they're fire mages. They do big damage and then run out of mana usually.
No.
Well, I mean not so much anymore.
Yeah, in the beginning, the first three expansions they ran out of mana fast if you spammed important spells in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
We start off with the mighty Pyroblast. 2% base mana, 40-yard range, hurls immense fiery boulder that causes 151.71 spell power fire damage. That's the first talent.
Well, there's your there's the answer to your other last video. You can't go palm pyro unless you get this pyroblast out of the fire tree.
You totally could go Palm Pyro. You just gotta put Presence of Mind in the base.
Oh, you're gonna make it on the fire tree?
Yeah, I think everybody should have Presence, not just Arcane.
We'll see.
Then we
Alright.
got Fire Blast, 1% base mana, 12-second recharge, 40-yard range, 1 charges, less the enemy for 100% spell power fire damage. Castable while casting other spells. That's fun.
Yep, keeps you on the hot streak list.
Yeah, that's cool. I like this whole like you can press more than one button at a time now mechanic. It's gonna speed up the classes feel. Torch. 1% base mana, 40-yard range. Fire Mage. Torch an enemy for 17.7 of spell power fire damage castable while moving. Hot Streak. Get 2 wrecked damage critical strikes in a row with fire spells. Will make your next Pyroblast Flame Strike instant cast and cause double the normal ignition damage. See, look, they put Hot Streak in here, which does what Palm Pyro does without it being Palm Pyro.
Yep.
What else? Got Searing Touch. Deals 150% increased damage and is guaranteed critical strike when the target is below 30% health, or Firestata. The Fireball and Pyroblast spells always deal a critical strike when the target is above 90% health. So the problem with Firestarter is only 10% of the fight, where Searing Magma is 30% of the fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even play a fire mage, and I feel robbed here.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
make it
pretty sure.
like 25 and 30 or 25 and 25,
Yeah.
and change the. I mean, I don't know how those two effects matter compared against each other, but like, if you're pyroblasting and getting crits all willy nilly in the first couple seconds of fight on a raid boss, while everybody else has popped all of their cooldowns, you're gonna get substantially less DPS than you are with Searing Touch. Because there are far fewer classes that have an execute than that can pop a potion and all of their ridiculously long cooldowns, medium length cooldowns, or just whatever they got to pump out as much as they can in the beginning and shorten your DPS.
Hmm.
Wow, that was a tangent. So, TLDR, I think Searing Touch, better talent.
Yeah.
Firestarter needs a little bit of a buff.
I always want Firestarter, but I would think Searing Touch still needs a buff in damage wise because Scorch itself is in general low in damage.
Well, that's fine, but it's guaranteed to crit,
Yeah.
which means you're going to get these hot streaks like crazy. So you're going to be having instant cast Pyroblast instead of auto crit Pyroblast.
Yeah, I think it just depends where you're at, what you're fighting. Dungeons, PvP, or PvE raids.
Yeah, in raids, I would say Searing Touch is probably better, just based on like your window for the DPS
Yeah.
to actually affect. Because like that first
Yeah.
10% goes so fast.
Yeah, and then Firestarter for dungeons, and then yeah.
If I've learned
And then
one thing in 17 years of raiding, it's that first 10% goes so fast.
yeah. And then also for PvP. But yeah, Searing Touch for raids.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's a lot of ads.
Yeah. Then you can switch back and forth, but they keep spawning ads.
Yeah, and then it encourages you to swap, but like on a single target, like Thok or
Yeah,
Thalok.
for sure.
Thalok ditches or patchwork. There we go. Patchwork style fight, like definitely. But I don't want to talk about that the whole video. So let's move on to Fireball. Each time your Fireball fails to critically strike target, it gains a stacking 10% critical strike chance. Effect ends when Fireball critically strikes. Oh, okay, so like fire is all about critting. Like all about critting.
Yeah, because your mastery, or I'm sure, is still there. It's Ignite. So
I kind of hope they go with like crit down one side and burning down the other, but I feel like it's just going to be crit all over the place.
well, yeah. I mean, if like I said, I'm pretty sure mastery is Ignite, but Ignite has your mastery and crit work together. So, but unless they took Ignite off the mastery tab, that's what we want to see later on.
Yeah, improve Scorch. Casting Scorch on target below 30% health and damage taken from you by percent for seconds, stacking times. Additionally, Scorch critical strikes increase your movements by 30% per second. So, like, Searing Touch looks real good with that. Then critical mass.
Yeah, that goes up
Your
more,
spell
so.
crits. Yeah, your spell will have a 7% chance to deal a critical strike. Is it just like bonus 7% chance?
Yeah, your spells have a 15% increased chance at two talents.
Okay. You gain 5% more critical strike stat from all sources.
Which is 10. Yeah.
So it still Searing Touch, like you have the bigger uptime. Talent's no better based on the one below it. Phoenix Flames. 40-yard range, instant, 25-second recharge, 2 charges. Hurls a Phoenix that deals 90% spell power fire damage to the target and reduces damage to nearby enemy. Oh, and reduced damage. So you straight gonna be throwing Firebirds now? You guys have that now?
Yeah, that was a artifact ability from Legion.
Oh, okay, that thing. Okay,
Yeah, that was from Follow My Lore.
that's dope.
They
Chucking
brought that back as
Firebirds.
talent. And now they brought it back as talent again.
Like
So, yeah.
Kel'Thalas.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was his sword, right?
Yeah, that was a sword.
Phoenix Flames. Phoenix Flames grants 1 additional charge. Choose one. Alexstrasza's Fury, or From the Ashes. Alexstrasza's Fury, 45-second cooldown. Phoenix Flames and Dragon Breath always critically strike. And Dragon's Breath contributes to hot streak. Baby. From the Ashes, increase mastery 2% for each charge of flame. Comes off cooldown, and your direct critical strike reduces its down by 1 second. Interesting. Fire Mind. Assuming hot streak increases intelligence 12 seconds. Effect stacks 3 times. Phoenix Reborn. Targets affected by your ignite have a chance to erupt in flame, taking 12.5% fire or spell damage or spell power additional fire damage and reducing the remaining cooldown of Phoenix Flame by 10 seconds. You get some PBR in there, which is always nice. Then you have Pyromantics casting Pyroblast or Flames. Hot Streak is active, has an 8% chance to reactivate Hot Streak.
Yep.
Oh, you were saying?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh. Oh, you're hearing. Controlled Destruction.
Yeah.
Pyroblast. Initial damage is increased by 5% when the target is above 70% health or below 30% health. See, that's acceptable. This talent up here, the Fire Starter, should be 20. Yeah. Nah, because Fire Starters makes sense. But yeah, it should be the first 20%. Or the first 70 to match with this.
Yeah. Sun King.
Or rather, first 30 of those. Sun King's Blessing. After consuming 8 hot streaks, your next non-pyro cast within 15 seconds grants you combustion for 6 seconds. Man, I'm really getting like a casino feel from this. Like you critting, you getting hot streaks, you can get combustion.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting going? How it goes?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, crit and mastery work together, so you'll see later coming up down the talents, I guess.
Yeah. So, should we head down the flame strike or down the?
Finish up the middle since we worked kind of down the middle already.
Yeah. All right. Got Fire Blast. Fire Blast always deals a critical strike. Modifies critical strike chance to 100%. Fire Blast, Fire Blast.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Cauterize, fatal damage that brings you 35% health, and then burns you 8% of your maximum health over 6 seconds. While burning, your movement slowing effects are suppressed. Movement speed is increased by 150. This effect cannot occur more than once every 5 seconds, or 5 minutes. Combustion.
So there.
Oh, you were saying?
Oh, I thought you said question.
No, I said combustion.
Oh.
10% of base mana. That's pricey. 2-minute cooldown. Even pricier. Engulfs you in flames for 10 seconds, increasing spell critical strike chance by 100%. Castable while casting your other spells. Damn. Really on a hot streak. Choose one. Combustion duration or tempered flame. Your combustion grants mastery equal to 50% of your critical strike stat, and for its duration and lasts 2 seconds longer. Or Pyroblast or Temporal Flames. Pyroblast have a 35% reduced cast time and a 50% increased critical strike chance. The duration of combustion is reduced by 50%. I'm not understanding. So, if combustion makes it so your critical strike chance is 100%, how are you increasing it by 15%?
This goes. Do you see the difference though? What it's
Oh,
trying to go
wait.
to, right?
Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I'm just dumb. It just doubles your critical strike chance. Not sets it to 100.
No, it's not critical strike damage. It's
No. I
what
wasn't
is
saying the damage. I was saying the chance. So, like, I was thinking it sets you from, like, your 20% or whatever your critical strike chance is to 100% when you hit combustion. But, in fact, it only puts you up to, like, 40. So, this would
no.
put...
It does
It
increase your
does?
critical strike chance by 100. No, it does bring you to a full 100.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm trying to say is now this second ability, you see what it's trying to do with compared to the other ability, right?
No.
The first ability duration is just to increase your burst damage. The second ability is to increase your sustained damage, to not rely on combustion to increase your DPS.
Okay, I guess.
So it's basically a sustained DPS build.
Gotcha.
So if you want to build a crit build off of combustion's reliability, you can do that.
Got you. Okay. That's cool.
But most fire mages say like, I always need my combustion up, and then I can't do anything. So I guess they made a talent based on that. So we'll see how it turns out.
Oh. So, wait. Temporal Flames isn't when combustion is active. It's just all the time.
Yeah, that's permanent. The duration of combustion
Okay.
is
Now
permanent.
I see. I misunderstood.
Yeah, all
That's
good.
cool.
So you always have a.
Yeah. That is cool,
So
because then you
you almost always have a
you don't
3
feel
second
so...
chance of combustion now.
Yeah, you don't feel so cooldown reliant.
Yeah.
That's a
You just have to
nice way to deal with that.
Yeah, you just have to sacrifice the burst, and if you run Sunking's Blessing, you can just add that back up if you want to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if that'll reduce that or not, but it should be fine.
Alright, Tinder. You have not cast Fireball for 8 seconds. You fail. No. Your next fireball will do 70% increased damage with a 15% reduced cast time.
Up to 30, and yeah, that was an honor talent.
Okay. Wildfire. Ignite deals 5% additional damage. Activate combustion, 4% critical strike. And up to 4 nearby allies gain 1% critical strike for 10 seconds. That's cool.
Yeah, that was a
It's gonna buff me now.
Covenant ability, or conduit.
And the bottom here we got kindling or fiery rush. Your kindling, your fireball, pyroblast, fire blast, and phoenix flames critical strikes remaining cooldown combustion by 0 seconds. Or fiery rush, while combustion is active, your fire blast and phoenix flame charge 50% faster. So one is sustained and one more bursty. Looks like.
Oh yeah, well, kindling is more to try to sustain your combustion. The other one is for during to keep your hot streaks going faster.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good. I like this tree. It feels good.
So
Like
now we
each
get the
level
race side.
feels stronger. Yeah, so we got the flame strikey. And
the AoE side looks like.
So it costs you 2.5% base mana and a 4-second cast to a large circle of fire on the ground, burning all enemies in the area for 54.756% of spell power fire damage and reducing their movement speed by 20 for 8 seconds. Man, how long did they balance this spell to get it to the point where they needed a third decimal?
And the fact they increased the cast time by another second is like, god damn.
Yeah, like, this spell. I think like since vanilla, this spell has been one of the spells that were like my favorite to watch players lay down.
Yeah, I mean it's been used back and forth, and then there's been builds around it using honor talent and regular talent, and people have tested it, and it does work in certain ways, but just not in a competitive way yet.
Yeah. We got the improved Flame Strike. Flame Strike's cast time is by 0.5 seconds. Radius increased.
Not 3.5. Okay.
How much is it at oh, it's just one.
Yeah, so it's only half a second less.
Yeah. Flagration. Fireball applies flagration target additional 6.6% fire damage over or spell power fire damage for 8 seconds. Apply effect by either flagration, ignition, have a 10% chance to flare up and deal 6.75 of spell power fire damage nearby enemy. Flame on. You're a superhero. Reduce the cooldown of Fire Blast by 2 seconds and increase the maximum number of charges by 1.
Up to 2.
Improved Blazing Barrier. Blazing Barrier's damage is increased by 75%. Blazing Barrier, if we remember, has a 12% spell power fire damage, which will increase.
So and it's also up to 150%. 2 times.
So 150%. So that'll put it at
24.
30-ish percent of your spell power.
31% spell power, basically.
Yeah. Not bad. That's a substantial. From 12 to 30.
Yeah.
And then we've got Flame Patch. Flame Strike leaves behind a patch of flames, burns enemy within for 8 times 5.4% of spell power fire damage over 8 seconds. And that moves on to the one, Molten Skyfall, or Incendiary Eruption. Molten Skyfall. Damaging an enemy with 30 fireballs or pyroblast causes your next fireball to fall down a meteor on your target. Hitting an enemy player counts as double. So 15?
Yeah, if it's players, yeah.
That's gotta be fun in Arena.
Oh yeah. And if you grab that meteor from the general, that's 2 meteors on one target.
Uh,
If it's combustion active too, yeah.
yeah, right?
Boom.
Boom, boom. Incendiary Eruption, 100 yards, approximately 6 procs per minute. Enemy damaged by Flame Patch have a 5% chance to erupt in Living Bomb.
And then to your right,
We've got Blast Master, 5% in 5%, Blast Master. Fire Blast increases your master by 4 math
based on math, yeah.
for 3 seconds. This effect stacks up to 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Living Bomb, 1.5% base mana for range, 12-second cooldown, instant cast. Your target becomes a living bomb, taking 24% of spell power, fire damage for 4 seconds, exploding, dealing an additional 14% of spell power, fire damage to the target, and reduce all damage other enemies within 10 yards. Other enemies hit by explosion also become living bombs, but this cannot spread further. I really love how this is pretty much Baron Geddon's ability.
Yep. I wonder if Incendiary Eruption's Living Bomb can spread at least one more time too.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Master of Flame. Ignite deals 25% more damage while combustion is active. Fire Blast spreads Ignite 4 additional nearby targets during combustion. Pyroclasm. Assuming Hot Streak has a 15% chance to make your next non-instant Pyroblast cast within 15 seconds, deal 240% additional damage, maximum 2 stacks. Fevered Incantation. Each consecutive critical strike you deal increases critical strike damage you deal by 1%, up to 5%. Fire Frenzy. When Hot Streak active, you have a low chance to cause all Pyroblasts and Flame Strikes to have no cast time and to be guaranteed critical strikes for 5 whole seconds. So you can get off 3, 4 of them, depending on your haste.
Based on global cooldowns and haste, probably, yeah.
And you can get approximately 1 proc. That is really cool. Fire mages are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're going to be shoving fireballs up everywhere.
I'm gonna try the new build out, the non hot streak and combustion build.
Like, we're going to get a whole bunch of Like barrage fireballs. Fireballs everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I did like that they touched on the burning a little bit with the improved shield and the conflagration.
Yeah, conflagration. Yeah, the AoE setup with the flame strikes and conflagration is pretty nice with flame patch too, and then of course incendiary flames. That'll be nice to see how it turns out in basically BGs and just raiding in general too, or
Yeah,
dungeons.
how well do you think these guys are going to do in BG raids compared to the Arcane?
Mm, I mean, arcane mages have a cap pretty much to like 5 or 6 targets, but because their AOE has like of course up to 5 targets. Arcane barrage and arcane explosion does less damage up to 5 targets. So, but these guys don't have a target limit based on that. So I think these guys can probably do more damage than arcane mages if you have enough enemies. Because there's no target limit to when if a living bomb explodes. There's no target limit how much arcane how many living bombs can actually uh, come out of one living bomb.
Yeah, I got you. And with the way that
You can
the
get
hot
20 living bombs from one living bomb.
yeah, with the way that the hot air streaks work in here, like I see them doing a lot of single target damage with Pyroblast. They're going to be getting a lot of instant cast free casts off through their various procs. So it'll be interesting to see how it all works together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
The build phase videos are real fun. Anyway, that's the end of the fire tree. I'm gonna go burn down my garage. I'll catch you guys in a wee bit here with the frost tree. You got anything to say, Devil?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, just going to keep burning stuff until it all turns to ash. And I'll see you in the freezer.
In the